So playing with Steve Nash, like you know, coming in, like how was that? What was the chemistry? What was the relationship like? What was the conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
And you from Florida, Lake Wells, he from Canada.
Right.
Like y'all couldn't be more different. Like how did that relationship start to manifest itself? Because one thing I know about basketball, dog, you can't just show up at 7:30 and cut that on.
Right.
Y'all had to build that relationship through practice, coffee before practice on off days. Like you build those relationships because for you to have the lead the offense for however many years and be the most efficient offense for all the years, you build to that. You don't just walk in practice one day and you already in that situation.
Before you answer, that's a good stat. You and Nash led the league in offensive efficiency every year until 2010 and 11. Nash and Stoudemire led 5 of the top 10 highest offensive rated teams in NBA history.
Yeah, man,
it was crazy.
Oh, you guys, I'm telling you.
When you walked in there, you was worried about getting blown the fuck out.
You guys were hell. You guys were hell.
You was worried about getting blown the fuck out. They'll blow you out, boy.
Right, absolutely. That was the motto. We're trying to rest in the fourth quarter. But here's the thing, to your point, to be honest with you, it didn't take no time at all.
Really?
No extra coffee dates, no sitting down watching film together, nothing. Because I was already on my path of where I wanted to go, right? I got Rookie of the Year. I was almost an all-star my second year. And then we're like, all right, we have a future with me and Sean and Joe Johnson. We need one more piece, right?
So Joe.
And so we brought Steve in, and Steve was the ultimate point guard.
Yes.
You know, you got a lot of point guards now want to score and want to try to.
Point guard your rookie year, who?
Stephon Marbury. Steph was my point guard my rookie year. He was more of a scoring point guard,
Yes.
right? So when Nash came in with all the pieces we had, he fit right in perfectly, right? And so all it took was maybe like 2 or 3 practices. I'm telling him how I like the ball, where I want it, how, you know, and he passed it right to me and I make a move and he see what I can do. Then he just makes sure everybody's in the right spot and the passes are right on the dime, and then we take it from there.
That old elbow shit y'all used to do, ISO, that elbow clear shit for you going right-handed.
Yep.
There's a lot of victims on that play.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ass.
I know one thing we had to make sure we had to make sure we was in shape.
Yeah.
Because all we want to do is run.
Yes.
And I noticed that in Nash, I'm like, when Nash get the basketball, he taking one dribble and he passing the ball up the court.
Advancing.
You know what I mean? He advancing the pass. So I'm like, well, we got to hit them lanes.
Yeah.
If we run the lanes and Nash pass it up, we got the advantage. Yeah. And we do that all game. Yes. For a quarter, it's over.
I mean, that's a lost art.
D'Antonio was there your rookie year?
My rookie year was not D'Antoni. It was Frank Johnson.
So did you guys play? I remember playing you guys a ton. Did you guys play like a completely different system out? Because D'Antoni changed the game in his offensive mind and the way he did. So rookie of the year, then like how were they using you? Because I'm trying to remember. I'm getting old.
It was almost the same. It just wasn't the same personnel.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it was the same pick and roll was happening. That dunk I had on Oliver came in my rookie year was off the pick and roll. So it was similar. But then I think when Mike D'Antoni came, he added a little bit more offensive flair to the game. Right? And he allowed us to be versatile. Yes. So I went from playing the 4 to then playing the 5, and then sometimes back to the 4. And then Sean went from playing the 3 to playing the 4.
Yes.
So now we've been versatile as players. And then that changed the game.
That was hell to match up with.
You know what?
With you at the 5 and Tricks at the 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you though, man. Like, and it's a credit to you guys because as you see these kids grow up now, like they care what the position is.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Being on the floor, like you guys. It always drove me nuts. We come into Phoenix and we would change our style of play. We'd change our lineups to play y'all.
Right.
Which should have been the opposite. You know what I mean? Yes. We should have came in there with who we are and then try to win that way because we weren't going to win by downsizing with y'all. Move a 4 to the 5 on us because now we have no play. Like it was wild. Y'all must be hell, man.
Let's rewind to go to the fact where he talked about running the lanes.
I know.
Like everybody runs to the 3. Nobody runs the lane for a layup anymore.
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
will run the lane anymore. Everybody run. You got 5 literally run to the 3-point line.
To the 3-point line. It's
Nobody
crazy.
runs the lane anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just to go back to hear him say, run the lane, you'll get a layup. Steve's going to advance it. Like just to hear that.
Big fan of
you get that pass you get that pass right there. You take 1 or 2 dribbles.
Yeah.
And I'm at the rim.
Yeah. Just running.
They're not going to the rim no more. They're starting to shoot threes. You take an in and out dribble and take off.
Everybody can't take off like you, Stat. But
I understand.
I could have tried that. That might not have worked for me, but I could have did an in and out dribble for sure and popped their ass with a 15-footer.
Right.
So D'Antoni really changed the game that way though, man.
And offensively, I love D'Antoni. Offensively, what he did. Defensively, Dan used to get on my nerves because he used to leave me open when we had shots. It's just leave me open.
Hey,
Like
here we
the,
go,
the,
we
the
go.
level of disrespect. Every time I make a shot, keep leaving me open. Like keep leaving me open. But offensively, what he did offensively, I love the way he fast forwarded the game. You know what I'm saying? And all the things that he thought about that people weren't thinking about, making it positionless, moving 4 guys to 5, moving 3 guys to 4. I mean, Tricks was a guard at that 4 spot.
He was.
Man, Tricks bounced 4 or 5 times before a regular 4-man jump once.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Exactly. And at first I didn't like it. I didn't want to play the 5. I'm like, man, I got to guard Shaq. I'm 6'10", 245. This man 300 pounds, 7'1". I got to guard him. I got to guard these centers. You had Mutombo. You had centers back then.
And thank you for the people listening at home that watch NBA basketball now. It was centers.
Yeah, real centers back then. I got to guard them. So what I decided was, I said, all right, well, if I got to guard them, they got to guard me.
Yes.
And I can run them all day, and then they're gonna be tired third, fourth quarter. Then I can rack them up.
Yes, this is true.
So fun to watch.
This is true.
When you had
it was fun to watch.
Like in Phoenix, what do you think was it that, because you guys just couldn't get over that? What was it? What do you think it was? Because then you obviously move on and go to New York. What was it? Because winning championships, by the way, is hard.
Yeah, it is now.
I can help out. I didn't focus on much defense out there.
That we didn't.
They didn't focus on much defense out there. That's just honest. They didn't focus on much defense. Once again, we talk about how great he was offensively. D'Antoni was ahead of the game.
Right.
Defensively, it wasn't really much of the focus. And we all know when you get in a 7-game series in the playoffs, I ain't running shit you ain't seen before. You ain't running nothing we ain't seen before. You just gotta get.
I think that's why I wanted to play
And
with D'Antoni.
that's what we didn't focus on. Defense was something that we didn't focus on. And as a high school player, going into the NBA, I need to learn how to play defense, right? And we never put emphasis on that. I saw some where Stephen A was saying like, we could have brought in Thibodeau as a coach to bring in some defense, but we hired Mike D'Antoni's brother, right? So then I'm like, well, damn, if I'd have known that, I would have pushed for having Thibodeau to play some defense.
Yes.
So I needed to learn that. And I think playing against the Spurs and the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq and these guys, if you can't play defense, it's going to be hard to win a championship.
That Lakers team, gosh, damn.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the Kobe Shaq, then they had, Bynum and Gasol with Kobe, and then you had the Spurs with Tim and Manu and Tony Parker in them.
Man.
That West was tough, and then Dallas with Dirk, and the West was tough.
I mean, bro, all those games, if I'm not mistaken, one of those years, Tony Parker led the league in paint points.
Yeah, exactly.
As a point guard.
He did it
You have Shaq in the league.
Yeah,
you have Tim Duncan in the league. You have you in the league.
You got Garnett in the league.
Garnett.
Right.
The person that led the league in paint points was Tony Parker.
Exactly.
Kids at home, understand, because I think I tell my son this all the time, be in attack mode. Get 2 feet in the paint. Don't be lazy offensively.
Absolutely.
Just pass the ball. No, get in the paint, you know what I'm saying, and make a play for somebody. But that's all Tony Parker did. Get that and get in the paint and made plays for people or finished at the rim. But he was constantly putting pressure on the defense.
Absolutely.
He never had a chance to rest.
When you made that decision to go to New York, what was it? It was time?
It was time. I
y'all a whip there too now.
Yeah, but I really wasn't looking forward to leaving.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Really?
Right? I wanted to stay in Phoenix. I had just bought a crib. I had a whole
that happens every time everyone that buys a crib leaves.
Yep.
That was a big summer in free agency, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
I
a
think
big, huge summer.
Braun was free agent. D Wade was free agent. You were free agent. Was Joe Johnson a free agent? It was a lot.
Boozer was free agent. A lot of guys were free agents.
A lot of free agents out there. A lot of money out there.
That was a big all season for sure. And I wanted to stay in Phoenix, and I was trying to negotiate with the previous owner, and he was like trying to create this whole football kind of contract where nothing's guaranteed. I'm like, wait, well, hold on a second now. I just led the team in scoring, rebounds, and blocks, and we lost at a buzzer beater. Kobe shot a buzzer beater. Ron Artest scored it last second. We could have went to the Western Finals off one shot and run it back. Me and Nash had a great season, and he was like, "Well, I want to try this," and I'm like, "Man, I got no time for trying nothing."
Yeah.
I just led the team in scoring points, rebounds, and blocks.
I'm not gonna be the guinea. I'm not gonna be the guinea pig.
I'm not the guinea pig.
Pay that fell.
So, because he didn't want to work that out, I decided to go elsewhere.
That's what's wrong with the business part of it. Sometimes gets in it like that. Why would you even try to reinvent that?
You got Stoudemire and Nash, the next Malone and Stockton. Keep those 2 guys together. Figure out the rest around that, but you got to keep them together for the.
You build around that. Yeah, you build around. No, trust me. Listen, I've been a part of a little dynasty and we had a nice run, and you would hope that you can keep it together and just build around those pieces.
Absolutely.
But it ain't never really that easy.
It's not that easy.
It's never really that easy, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to give credit to the Spurs and the teams that were able to keep it together and get the most out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it doesn't always work out like that.
We've got another exciting week of hoops coming up, and I've got the perfect way to get you even closer to the action on the court. Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code OGs. The crown is yours. That's right. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. If sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.